Welcome to Lit with Ernest, where we dive into the lives and works of influential authors who shaped the literary landscape. Today, we're going to explore the life and legacy of Karl Marx, a thinker, writer, and revolutionary who continues to inspire and provoke us to this day. Karl Marx was born in 1808 in Trier, Germany, to a family of modest means. His father, Heinrich Marx, was a lawyer and a devout Lutheran, while his mother, Henrietta Pressburg, came from a Jewish family that had converted to Christianity. This complex mix of faiths and cultures would later influence Marx's views on identity, class, and social justice. Marx's early life was marked by intellectual curiosity and a passion for learning. He devoured the works of Enlightenment thinkers like Rousseau, Voltaire, and Kant, which instilled in him a love for philosophy and critical thinking. At the University of Bonn, Marx studied law, but soon switched to philosophy, where he became fascinated with the ideas of Hegel and Feuerbach. After completing his studies, Marx moved to Paris, where he befriended other radical thinkers like Friedrich Engels and Mikhail Bakunin. Together, they formed a circle of intellectuals who debated and discussed the pressing issues of their time: poverty, inequality, and social change. It was during this period that Marx began to develop his groundbreaking ideas about communism, class struggle, and the role of labor in shaping society. One of the most significant influences on Marx's thought was his experience as a journalist. In 1842, he became the editor of the Rheinische Zeitung, a liberal newspaper that advocated for democratic reforms and social justice. Through his writings, Marx developed a unique voice that blended philosophical analysis with journalistic flair. He wrote about everything from politics and economics to culture and technology, always seeking to understand how these forces shaped human experience. Marx's major contributions to literature are numerous, but perhaps the most famous is his collaborative work with Engels, the Communist Manifesto. Published in 1848, this pamphlet outlined a vision of a classless society where workers owned the means of production and resources were distributed based on need. The manifesto's bold ideas about collective ownership, social equality, and the abolition of private property sparked heated debates and inspired movements across the globe. Another key work by Marx is Das Kapital, a sprawling critique of capitalism that explores the exploitation of labor, the accumulation of wealth, and the cyclical nature of economic crises. Written over several decades, Das Kapital is a masterpiece of social theory that continues to influence fields like economics, sociology, and politics. Marx's legacy is complex and multifaceted. On one hand, his ideas about class struggle, solidarity, and collective action have inspired countless movements for social justice, from labor unions to civil rights organizations. His critique of capitalism has also shaped our understanding of economic systems and the role of power in shaping society. On the other hand, Marx's work has been criticized for its perceived shortcomings, such as its alleged determinism, oversimplification of complex issues, or neglect of individual freedoms. Some have argued that his ideas about revolution and violence are problematic, while others have pointed out the limitations of his views on women's rights, colonialism, and environmental degradation. Despite these criticisms, Marx's work remains incredibly relevant today. His ideas about empathy, solidarity, and collective action are more urgent than ever as we face challenges like climate change, income inequality, and social injustice. Modern writers like Naomi, Klein, Slavoj, Žižek, and Angela Davis have all been influenced by Marx's thought, applying his ideas to contemporary issues like globalization, neoliberalism, and intersectional politics. As we reflect on Marx's life and legacy, it's clear that he was a complex figure, a thinker, writer, and activist who continues to inspire and provoke us. His commitment to justice, equality, and human dignity is something we can all learn from, even as we critically evaluate the strengths and limitations of his work. Like this episode, if it hit true. Share it if you respect honest talk about authors. Subscribe, because we'll do this again. This is Ernest, signing off.